Bless up, open minded. Bless up, man. Bless up to you. Okay, let me see. Blessings can go in always. Life is real. What a person does with it is up to them. Okay. Well, I'm glad you said that. But what I'm asking, what is real? I'm asking what is real because, as I say, I don't watch the news much as I used to when I was a teenager and in my 20s and my 30s. But when I look at certain things on the news, whether it's MSNBC, whether it's C-SPAN, whether it's CNN, whether it's Fox News or BBC News, I've been watching the news since I could remember, and I'm not talking about regular local news, okay? I don't really watch local news. Now, when you listen to the news, even on the radio stations of what's going on around the world, this is why I always separate myself from people, because what I want to give to the world as a message and messages, certain people ain't gonna do that. And I'm not with playing with that. I never been, and I'm not gonna start now because I'm on a YouTube. Okay, what I'm saying now, I live it 100 times. Okay, I live it to the highest degree. So it was the day before yesterday. Because it's happening now on the news as we speak right now, as I speak and you listen to me speak. It's happening on the news where Maduro, the Venezuelan president, the USA got a $50 million bounty on his head. Okay, cool. It's not that. It's not that, though. I am talking about. I don't even like to call his name because I like the truth about things, but Trump said that Venezuela is bringing in drugs in America. Okay, I'm going to play God's advocate. Let's say that Venezuela is bringing drugs in America, right? Excuse me. And we lock the president of Venezuela up in America, right? Drugs are not going to stop being circulated around America. I'm going to say it like this for the people that don't want to understand common sense and for the people that want to play games. You could do what you want to Mexico. You could do what you want to Colombia. You could do what you want to Peru. You could do what you want to Canada. You could keep on playing the games on TV, right? And this is why I made the title, What's Real? Drugs will still be in America and around this world. So the games that I don't like to say Donald Trump name because it's not about him and he is not doing this. He is taking orders from people behind. So whether you're a Democrat or a Republican in America or whatever party you from, I don't care. Because America will have people believing that you got to believe in a Democrat or a Republican for this American country to move along. And me, all of the places that I've been in America, from North Carolina to South Carolina to Atlanta, like PA, New York, New Jersey, Delaware. These are a few places I've been in America, and I seen the pulse of the people. Nobody can tell me what I seen of the people hungry. And I ain't talking about black people. And I ain't talking about white people. Bless up, Macbeck. Bless up. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Thank you for your energy and your time. Thank you for being in the building. I'm not talking about just black people and white people. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about people that live in America. Okay, and I ain't putting no color on it, no culture on it, because I will put people that's living in America that's suffering. Okay, because I can name 15 states right now in America, and people are suffering. This ain't about no Democrat and Republican on TV, because this is about, if you go to North Carolina right now, if you go to South Carolina, if you go to places in California, are these people living okay? And you want to blame it on people? Nah, man. And this is why I say what's real. Because we living in a times where right now, whatever is happening in places like Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Chicago, or certain places as we just seen with DC, don't matter what the Caucasian male did to Americans and people that live in America or people that consider themselves Americans, what's happening now in our cities, in our towns, they will blame it on you. Okay? So what's going on in DC of what we just seen, they will blame it on the people. And this is why I ask what's real, because I don't got to be best friends with the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. I don't got to be. But it just shocks me out that he's a black man and America, not Trump, I'm saying America. America want to play this game of making it come out of Trump's mouth. Now listen closely. America want to play this game of it coming out of Trump's mouth, that the mayor of Chicago is incompetent to be the mayor of Chicago. Well, the last time I checked, right, you're not complete of being the president of the United States. You, if you ask me, you're the worst president in human history. Not in American history, but in human history. Because one of the things, as I keep on bringing it up, when you was talking to European leaders, some people call you smart in America, but I said, wow, where was his versatility at? He can't talk about global problems. He can't talk about world problems, because you want to talk about Venezuela bringing drugs into America. Trump, stop it. Okay, because I'm going to say this. If we talk about what's real, are we playing games or we talking nonsense? Okay, because a good 70% of the drugs in any one of these countries or lands, it's not coming from the people. It's coming from these government officials. So are we going to talk what's real or are we going to keep playing games? Us, the people, we can't bring these big drugs in. We not bringing these big tons in if we don't get help from people that work for certain governments. So I'm going to say it again. Are we talking what's real or are we just playing with nonsense behind the scenes? Because they're going to act like the regular common person could bring tons of cocaine to America, tons of cocaine to London, tons of cocaine anywhere. Or weed? No. The people can't do this if they don't get help from certain people inside your government. So stop playing. But this is the world that we live in, where the little man will take the blame for the big man. Because don't matter how many drugs come in America, Canada, London, or the Caribbean islands, the people would always get blamed, and the governments that bring it in, they would act like they're taking it out. So you got to see the manipulation, okay? Trump talk about he want to clean America up. How do you want to clean America up when you help dirty America? Okay. And as I said, people want to talk about what's real. If you want to talk about what's real, we can't have these silly conversations every day. And we can't have these silly conversations of we knowing what's going on, but we're looking for other angles and we're looking for other things to blame. No, because they want to say, what is it? Like if you put a estimation on it, a good 6 to 7 years ago is when you really hear people start talking about this fentanyl. Okay, before 6 or 7 years ago, hit that like button for me, please. Hit that like button for me. Thank you for everybody. Macback, thank you. Um, Open minded, thank you very much. Thank both of y'all for being in the building. Much love to y'all. Hope y'all Sunday risings is going good. I hope everything is going good with you and your family. Much blessings to you. Now, let's take the fentanyl out of it, okay? Let's take the fentanyl out of it, and I'm going to be God's advocate. What was in America before the fentanyl? Because it's not taken of what they say on TV, right? But I'm just going to use what you say on TV to make you look crazy of how you looking already. Because if you're saying Venezuela is bringing fentanyl and other countries are bringing drugs into America, right? Last time I checked, America is the place where they do the most drugs in the world. Okay? Let me slow it down and let me say it again. The last time I checked, America is the place that does the most drugs in the world. Okay? None of these drugs are homegrown, right? But you ask yourself, why is Americans on more drugs than anywhere in this world? But the drugs don't come from America. And when you look at other places where these drugs come from, these places, the people are not on drugs like America. So somebody is lying. Okay? Because if you go to Venezuela right now, right? In Venezuela is not people strung out like Kensington or 3rd Avenue or Skid Row in California. Let's stop playing. It may be a little bit of people in a certain community in Venezuela. Other than that, America, the addicts in America overrides the world, okay? We have the most addicts in the world. So, let's stop playing. So when you want to talk about cleaning up America, you ain't doing nothing. Because if you want to talk about a Republican or a Democrat cleaning up America, right? Outside of you putting a drug war up from the 80s to now and before the 80s, what are you solving? What are you solving? Because the thing is, you may try to put bad names on different countries around the world, right? But I will say this. Many Americans are addicted to drugs, okay? I'm going to say it again. Many Americans are addicted to drugs. So, if you thinking that putting a bad name on Venezuela, and talking about drugs are not gonna come, or you're stopping a percentage of drugs coming, if you're a smart president, politician, or any smart person in America, as I said, the title, what's real? Are we playing games? Are we really playing games? And it comes to the point where it shows you, I'm going to keep saying that these government officials around the world are full of nonsense. Because it's just like in Jamaica, okay? Andrew Holness is selling Jamaica. selling it to the point where when you look at Jamaica 50 years from now, it ain't gonna be black Jamaicans, okay? It ain't gonna be a black Caribbean island. Because a lot of the products in Jamaica is Chinese, British, Indian, okay? But people think these are games, and it's the same thing in places like Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, Trinidad. Countries and people are being bought out. Okay? Same thing, one of the saddest things I seen that people was happy, KFC in Jamaica. What type of nonsense is you talking about? You proud of that, KFC in Jamaica? Jamaicans and island people been cooking chicken for years. What type of proudness do you need to be proud to have a KFC in Jamaica? What growth is that showing? Because to me, a KFC in Jamaica is showing backslide of the people. Okay, that's not no growth at all. That's backsliding. Okay, because that nasty KFC chicken around the world, and in Jamaica, most people don't need that nastiness in their body. People don't need that foolish nastiness in their body. But when people get a whole bunch of different diseases, when people get sick, when people get cancer, they run to the hospital, and God bless everybody out there. But sometimes some of the stuff that you eat could prevent you from getting certain sicknesses and certain diseases and certain things to happen in your body, but people don't care. Bless up, real odds. Bless up to you, man. Much love to you and your family. God bless. Rastafari. But most people don't care, and they keep on eat things for years and days. And I remember Elder told me, like, are you eating stuff to make your body grow with good? Or you eating stuff just to fill your appetite in your mind? And I said, wow. A lot of us don't think about that. Like, you just want to fill the appetite in your mind, or you really eating for your body to grow, for your body to evolve, for your body to be strong. Like, if you got a bowl of cereal, and I'm not talking about cold cereal, I'm talking about hot cereal. You eat a bowl of hot cereal in the morning, and that hot cereal will take you to like around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Make your belly feel good, make you feel strong. Oats, like, and that's the thing. I don't even see people make no cereal no more. Some people probably do, but as I say, these places around the world and these governments around the world, they will want people to hurt themselves more than healing. Okay? And this is why I will ask the question of what's real. Because what's real is us looking to help each other as a people around the world. Don't matter what religion you are. Don't matter what color you are. Don't matter what culture you are. Because at the end of the day, no, man, and that's the best cereal in the world. Like, let me tell you, I have like, I'll just say this, I have the best of both worlds of, like, I don't like to say America, because what they call America, us melanated people, whether you consider yourself Hispanic or Latino or black, we made what you call America. So I don't really like to use America in describing us. I don't like to do that, When you look at melanated people inside of America, they made a lot of us used to eating the regular cold cereal in the morning, and a lot of people, when they seen different people around the world, and Caribbean people mostly eat hot porridge or cereal, they'd be like, nah, that's weird. Because I remember growing up as a kid, when you used to get once in a blue moon in elementary school, you'll get cereal. It'll be like a little porridge, and I forgot what it was. It was like a like cream of wheat porridge in school, elementary, 198. In the styrofoam bowl, okay? With not the spoon, but the spork that we used to have in public school and elementary with the tree holes. With like the little knife, not tree holes, but it looked like a little knife cut edge, like on the little sparks, the same ones that we used to play spoon fight with. You know, we used to have it used to be a little bit of cereal, and sometimes people used to take the red box milk because it used to be too hot in school, and you pour a little bit of the red box milk inside of your cereal, you know, and that was once in a blue moon that I could remember. Public school gave us some hot cereal. Other than that, what it was, we had Cheerios in school. We had regular cornflakes in school that they gave us in the morning. And I'm trying to remember the other cereals that they had in the little plastic containers that they used to give us the cold cereal. But I remember I remember cornflakes, and I remember Cheerios. Those used to be the two main ones in public school in America. Okay? Cheerios and cornflakes. And I remember sometimes, like when you look at the difference of the cereal, whether it's hot and cold, the hot cereal used to hold you though. Because if you're from the Caribbean islands and you have like family as your mother and your father or your grandparents or your aunts and uncles, you knew sometimes before you went to school, you got hot cereal on the table. You got hot cereal, or you got Flitters or Johnny Cake on the table, or Saltfish on the table. And your parents or your family members and them give you some food in your belly before you go to school in the morning. So when I ask what's real, we used to make sure that we was okay before we went into the world. We used to make sure that we was okay before we went into the world. So when I ask what's real, of them serving certain foods around the world nowadays where some people don't even trust the milk no more. I ain't saying milk always been 100%, even though I grew up as a Rasta, right? And still am till this day and will be until all of my days. I did drink cow milk. And you know what? It had times where whether it was soya milk or cow milk, I'm drinking both of them. And I remember the older I got, I used to be like, it was nothing. And my uncle used to always tell me, stop drinking that cow milk. Still till this day, if he catch me drinking it, or even around it, he'll talk to me and we'll have a conversation. And I'll be honest with you, I knew he was always right. I knew he was always right, because for us to look at ourselves as human beings, right, and to actually be in love with cow milk, and some people would actually tell you that this cow milk will help your bones and help your body. Well, as we keep on searching and we look and you do research and you actually see how cow milk has hurt certain humans. And the reason why I say certain humans, right? Because melanated people, cow milk ain't good for you. Cow milk ain't good for nobody. But this is why we have to understand, and we have to understand that every human being body is different, made different. It's not the same. If I may drink water, it may do something different to my body, what it's going to do for the other person. If I drink milk, it may do something different for me, and it may do something for real odds, or it may do something different for open-minded. It's not going to hit all of us the same. Okay? Some people have strong immune systems, some people immune systems are weak. Some people have strong body, some people have weak body. Okay? And this all has to do with you taking care of your insides so your outsides could be okay. And this way it comes to when I say what's real. For example, I see aloes on a lot of things, right? Nowadays. I grew up with that in my house. Okay? I grew up with that in my house. Of my mother making me and my brother eat that, where I remember I used to get along with it, but it was weird to me as well, as being a little kid and your mother making you eat a spoon of aloes. And my brother always used to be like, to be honest with you, I'm be real, it's either he'll throw up or he'll run to the toilet. Like he just wasn't, he wasn't taking it to the point where right now till this day my brother don't like no aloes product really, of drinking it. You know, like he'll put it on his skin, like, you know, for health and like stuff, but he don't really play with drinking it no more. You know, he don't. And I will say that from a kid, it like it played with his psyche, it played with his mind. Cause to me at first, I ain't gonna lie, it tasted nasty. I didn't know what it was, but when you a Caribbean kid and your mother and father give you certain things like wood root tonic, bear root, like sour sop, you know, like different things when you're a kid, and they tell you to take a spoonful, like, yeah, you could run, you could hide, you could do all of this, but trust me, it comes up every day or every week, and you're gonna drink it. Okay, you're gonna drink it to the point where some people got used to it, some people didn't. Me, I got used to eating aloes, and it wasn't nothing to me. But my brother, as I said, he didn't like it, and I watched him throw up many times. Many times I watched him spit it out, and I understood, like, mm-mm. I may be okay to take it and swallow it, but my brother is not gonna take it, and he's not gonna swallow that joint, and his body and that is not gonna mix. And this is where it comes to our mentality. I remember many times when my mother even put the joint on the table, and she ain't even cut it open yet. My brother was going crazy, like he ain't eating that, he not eating that. And I remember being calm, cool, and collective. Like, okay, because to be honest, I didn't know how it tastes the first time. The rest of the familiar, bless up, man. Much love to you and your family. Much love to you. Jah bless on this Sunday. You know, Jah. I didn't know what it was, so I'm not saying that being calm, cool, and collective was making me be prepared for it, but it was preparing me somewhat. And yes, it's slimy, but it helps you more than it hurts you. And that's what a lot of medicines around the world, because I'm going to say like this, regular medicines that people look at, right? Where you go? When we finish, go to the hospital, right? We get a prescription from a doctor, right? But I'm going to name like 3 medicines, and I probably name more, but I'm just going to show you how natural things they don't teach you in the hospitals around the world. I'm not going to say America, because it's bigger than America. And a lot of these situations that's happening in the world with people, it's bigger than America. And I will explain that later on. But this is just the grand rising cap. You know, like, when you look at the Tylenol, that's probably one of the most famous over-the-counter pills in America that people take, right? That everybody know. Everybody know Tylenol. You ain't gotta be like a little 11-year-old kid know Tylenol, right? From a grandmother that's 99 years old. Then you have certain things like Motrin, Advil, Aleve. Okay. Now all of these are what we call over-the-counter drugs, right? Me, when I'm ready and when I want to, I just want to call them drugs, you know? Forget over-the-counter, forget the countertop, okay? Drugs. Now, or should I say factory drugs. Now, when you look at this and you have something like bear root, aloe vera, or even a soursop plant, those three things, aloes, bear root, and soursop plant, right? Them three things could knock out all of the medicine that they have around the world that will tell you that this is public medicine. And it has more, but you know what? I'm going to put it to you how they put it to you, but I'm going to put a twist on it. They have to put a dollar bill on your mind. Okay? Because, let me see, how much if I go across the street to the store, how much is the average Tylenol? $2.49, right? For the regular pack. $2.49. When we was a kid, how much that pack cost? 50 cents, right? Now, I remember growing up in Bronx and Brooklyn, that regular pack cost 50 cents. Some people remember back in the days when you see some dudes, you know, just regular thing, and a lot of people ain't, you know, regular average hood dude, send you to the store and you got a headache, tell you get a Tylenol from the store and a bottle of water or some Gatorade, and you come back to the store. You come back from the store, excuse me, and you give the dude the bag with the water, Tylenol, you know, and you drink that Tylenol. Come back like 10 minutes later, and you be like, alright, I feel a little better, you know? Feel a little better. A lot of these over-the-counter drugs made people feel okay for a little while. But certain things that we must take every day in our body, because our body needs it. Our body don't need Tylenol. Our body don't need Motrin. Our body don't need Theraflu. Our body don't need certain prescriptions that doctors prescribe to us. Our body needs its natural order things. Okay? Like the stuff that came from the natural ground. Okay? Like like the citrus. Okay, as in an orange or a lemon or a lime, to burn out a lot of the nasty mucus in our bodies. Okay, like pineapples. Okay, burn out a lot of the nasty things in our bodies. Okay, we need the natural food that grows, right? Is the natural food. As the food grows, it's just like you growing. Okay, but when we stop to think, right? Think about food that's made in a factory that you put in your body. You have to understand, as your body grow every day like a plant, right? And you put things that grow from a factory in it, what are you doing? Okay, it's just like if somebody put drugs inside their body. You're stopping your body. You're stopping the natural growth of your body. But if you put things in your body like avocado, things to help your body grow, it's helping. But when we put things to hurt our body, we're hurting our body. We're not helping our body. So, for example, soda, a lot of processed sugar, You know, and we have to keep on saying that. A lot of processed sugar. Because natural sugar cane, not sugar, but natural sugar cane is good for you. Okay, it helps you with natural energy. Okay, when you remember when people was kids and shit, and they tell you sit down or stop running around, that girl or that kid got too much sugar inside of them, and they used to make little kids run around and run all of that off of you. When you use natural sugar cane, right, or even using natural sugar cane, the same place that this world got sugar from, and they process it into making brown sugar and white powdered sugar and many other sugar substitutes. Now, when you look at the cane tree, right? Cane tree grow tall, you know? And when you bite into a sugar cane, sweetest sweet you taste, okay? And it's natural. It's natural sweet. It ain't come from out of factory. It came from the sun, from the water to the soil, and Jah Rastafari as my witness. Natural. So like, when we talk about, like, this is why I say what's real. You feel me? And this is why I always say when I big up stuff like this, because I'm getting in, WWS is coming very soon. Very soon, WWS is coming. It's here, but I'm going to hit the world with it. You know, because they thought it was okay to feed a good world bad things. I'm going to say it again. They thought it was okay to feed a good world bad things. Because one thing about Earth and the rest of the world itself and the universe, it will spit out what it don't need. Okay? Because it's like you coming into a house and it's things that don't belong there. What's there that belong in that house that has order is going to kick out everything that doesn't belong there. And that's going on in this world right now, on Earth, we should say. Because, you know how a lot of people like to look at what we call negative and positive? Well, a lot of the negative energy that's going on in this universe, a lot of it is coming from Earth. Okay? I'm going to say it again because people may not get that, but I'm going to say it again slowly. A lot of the negative energy that's coming into this universe, it's coming from Earth and it's coming from other places. But a lot of it is it's connecting. Okay? It's connecting, but what happened when you cut the cord? Okay? And that's what real souls and good souls have to do. We have to cut the negative cord. Cut the cord so there's no connection. Okay? Cut that dirty energy. For real. Because we ain't going to have these people thinking Jaja world. It's going to be subjected to living nonsense. Okay? Because I don't care whether it's Antigua, whether it's Jamaica, whether it's America, whether it's Canada. I don't care about none of these countries or none of these islands. Because when you want to fool the people, that's when I have a problem with you. Because me loving the universe is way bigger than your human thoughts. And there's many other souls, not human beings, but there's many other souls out there that see the same. Okay, because they'll like to make a world where you'll have to wonder, you'll have to wish, you'll have to worry. No. God ain't make you wonder and wish when humans will make things for you to look and jump over hurdles. I'm going to say it again. God ain't make a world for you to wonder and wish when humans made things for you to jump over hurdles. And some people are saying, why you always talk about fighting? Because you know what? Whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually, a lot of people gonna have to put on their armor and fight now, okay? I don't want to hear about the nonsense, because yes, I want peace in the world, right? But before you get peace, and before a world look for peace, you have to get on the battlefield. Okay? Because I ain't never seen a world, and I ain't never seen peace come without war. And some people are asked. That's why when I tell people, like, don't ask me what's my people. Okay? Because my people runs deeper than a color. Okay? I'm going to say it again. My people runs deeper than a color. Okay? Because it's okay for humans to define other humans as in a color, right? But when you get deeper than that color, all games and jokes and talk stop. Because it's always deeper than a color. You can put the color up there. Yes, and it may stand for something of what humans made, but life would always be deeper than colors. Okay? God bless to everybody out there. I will be back. Much love to Real Odds. Much love to Nuestra Familia. Much love to Open Minded. Much love to Mecbeck. Thank you for everybody. I will be back later and we will drop a spill. Ja.